welcome everyone to the Tracy Arlow Show. I'm your host, Tracy, here with a special guest who is actually no stranger to the show. Please help me embrace Emily Gibson with Emily Gibson Therapy. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Tracy. Thank you so much for having me again. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you. Our conversation today is going to be a quick follow-up to our last conversation because Emily and I have both received several questions and clarifying some of the data I think is going to help everybody in this audience move forward. We have been asked probably a top five of the same questions over and over. So let's get started with letting people know exactly what it looks like if they're feeling nervous, if they're unsure, they think they need the therapy, they feel a little nervous or unsure how to approach it. What exactly would you like them to know?
A lot of people do wait until things feel really overwhelming before they finally reach out and either hit send or hit text or whatever. But you don't have to be in crisis to benefit from therapy. Many clients come in because they're stressed, anxious, burned out, grieving, navigating relationships, dealing with mid-aged, or just feeling stuck. So my goal is to create a space where people can exhale a little, feel understood and heard without any judgment.
I love that. And what does getting started look like?
People can reach out through my website, emilygibsontherapy.com, email me at therapist@emilygibsontherapy.com, or my Psychology Today program or profile has a direct link. You can just hit get in touch, and I think it says email me, and that's a great way to reach out as well. So we start with an intake appointment where we talk about what's bringing you in, what your goals are, whether it'll feel like a good fit for us to work together. We do verify insurance benefits ahead of time to make sure that that coverage is understood, and then we go from there. Pretty
Well, I'm
easy.
glad you brought that up, Emily, because insurance seems to be such a huge question I'm receiving as far as your services go. So what are the payment options? How do people tap into the insurance or any other option in order to receive the therapy from you?
Sure. I am in network with most major insurance plans. There is a list of all of those both on my Psychology Today profile and on my website if you click on the individual therapy tab. And I also accept self-pay clients, so that is an option as well. Before the first appointment, like I mentioned, we verify benefits, go over costs. We try not to have any surprises. And I do try to make the process as straightforward and transparent as possible. And I do handle the insurance billing as well on my end. So the clients don't have to handle that at all.
Right, which makes it very easy. It makes the transition in payments between the two of you, between the two parties, as opposed to going to that third party or sitting on hold with somebody's customer service. You're taking care of absolutely everything, which I think is exceptional customer service on your end
Thank you.
and truly helps with the therapy journey.
Yeah,
Less
insurance is
stress.
yeah, it's so confusing. I'm trying to make that as
Yeah.
less confusing as possible, though it's
Right.
confusion as possible.
Right. Right. Much appreciated by all. But what would you say are the most common issues you are helping people with it within your practice?
Yeah, I handle and work with adults dealing with anxiety, stress, relationship issues, life transitions, grief, self-esteem, burnout, trauma, emotional overwhelm. A lot of my work focuses on helping people understand themselves better, learn their patterns, because one of my gifts is pattern recognition. So we will be looking for all of those patterns that continue to play a role in our lives.
Sure.
Also to regulate stress and build healthier boundaries too, something we could all use.
Right. I was just going to say, this sounds like pretty much everyone I know.
Yes,
And
especially
every
those of us in
situation is
mid-age.
life, right? I mean, it just feels like a life situation. We've mentioned this before. The reason to see a professional is that neutral party. Our
Mhm.
our family, our friends are going to tell us what they think we want to hear, but a
Mhm.
professional actually has end results, has a
Yeah.
path to find your way and navigate through all of this. And I think it's really phenomenal what you do. And I tell everybody your approach is so real, but can you elaborate a little bit as to what makes your approach different?
Sure, it's definitely not a passive approach to therapy. So I don't just sit back and do a lot of mm-hing and ah-ahing.
Sure.
So I try to balance insight with practicality. Therapy with me is incredibly supportive, but it's also honest, which can be sometimes painful, but also collaborative and safe. I want people to leave their sessions feeling understood and equipped with tools and perspectives that they can actually use in their real life. So I've mentioned in some of my information that's out there that I help clients build a toolkit, and those would be the mind and the body things that they can be doing to help regulate their nervous systems, calm their bodies, and also do the cognitive work to learn patterns, gain insight, clarity, and do some of that deeper work as well.
Right. So there's work being done within the session. There's a little bit of homework to be done, some interaction and 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 progress can be seen. It may be slow, but it's always moving forward with you.
Yes. Moving
Yes.
forward, even if we're doing that dial in the first video, I talked about the dial of change, even if we're just making small ticks towards what our goals are, that's movement. And that's
Right.
what we would like to see.
Right, right. Which is a big concern because when people are, for example, paying out of pocket, the concern can be in the back of their minds, am I just going to be um, spending an hour or spending time with this person there may be a little bit of fear involved because of
Sure.
previous therapies or previous experiences. So the forward movement with you, I think, is something that we really want to address and have understood that you are caring and very point on with everybody's time. And I can't say enough. I'm probably one of your biggest fans, and I can't stress to everyone to please make that contact with you. Can you please share all of your information once again?
Sure. The easiest way to reach me is my website, emilygibsontherapy.com, like I had mentioned, or through my Psychology Today profile. Text or email are the best way to reach out. More information can be exchanged that way. And even if someone isn't very sure or they just might have a question, there is absolutely no pressure to sign on. So you can just simply start the conversation with me, ask a few questions, get a sense of whether we would be a good fit or not. Additionally, you can follow me on Facebook, again, Emily Gibson Therapy, Instagram, Emily Gibson Therapy, and now YouTube, starting a new YouTube channel. That's also going to be at Emily Gibson Therapy.
Fabulous, approachable, accessible. Emily, thank you so much for clarifying and making this process so easy.
Oh, well, thanks for having me again, Tracy. I appreciate
Always a
it.
pleasure. Thank
And I
you.
look forward to working with whoever reaches out.
Thank you.
Thanks.